Picture this. You wake up to jackhammers tearing up your driveway, 22 yellow parking bars trapping your car like a cage. The HOA smirks, claiming it's theirs now. But when I dug up the permit and unleashed city enforcers, their empire crumbled in one epic takedown. Stick around, this revenge is pure gold. I bolted upright in bed, heart pounding like a drum solo at a rock concert. It was barely dawn, the kind of early where the world still feels half asleep, but outside my window, it sounded like a war zone. Jackhammers rattled the glass, and the acrid smell of fresh asphalt seeped through the cracks. I threw on a robe and yanked open the front door, only to be hit by a blast of cold air and the blinding flash of amber work lights. There, in my driveway, my own damn driveway, stood a crew of guys in neon vests, drilling metal bars into the concrete like they were staking a claim in the Wild West. "What the hell is going on?" I shouted, my voice cracking with sleep and shock. One worker glanced up, shrugged, and pointed to a woman on the sidewalk. She was in her 50s, pink fleece zipped to her chin, clipboard clutched like a shield. Karen, the HOA president, infamous for her iron-fisted rules. She didn't even look my way at first, just barked orders at the crew. 22 bright yellow parking bars, each one bolted down with industrial precision, now lined my driveway like prison bars. My car sat trapped behind them, useless as a paperweight. The truck was still unloading more, its engine rumbling like a predator. I stormed down the steps, slippers flapping. "This is my property. You can't just..." Karen finally turned, her smirk cutting me off sharper than any words. "Mr. Thompson, the bylaws are clear. This strip is now shared overflow parking. Effective immediately. Use the street." Her voice was clipped, like she was reading from a script she'd rehearsed in front of a mirror. I glanced around, neighbors peeked from curtains but vanished when our eyes met. No one wanted to cross her. My coffee sat cooling inside, untouched, as rage boiled in my veins. How had this happened overnight? And why me? By noon, after pacing like a caged animal, I spotted it, a letter taped to my door with blue painter's tape, flapping in the breeze like a bad joke. I ripped it off and scanned the words. "The board has voted to reclassify your driveway extension as communal parking. Personal vehicles are prohibited. Non-compliance fine, $150. They'd even cited some obscure clause from the HOA covenant, twisted to fit their agenda. I grabbed a wrench from the garage, fury guiding my hands, and tried loosening one bar. It didn't budge, but minutes later, another letter appeared, this one fining me for vandalism, $150 more. That was the breaking point. The title of this nightmare flashed in my mind. HOA built 22 parking bars on my driveway, then I pulled the permit. I marched over to Karen's house, 2 doors down, where she sipped coffee on her porch like nothing happened. "We need to talk," I said, trying to keep my cool. She pointed at the bars glinting in the sun. "New rules, Mr. Thompson. If you don't like it, move." Her tone was final, like slamming a gavel. Neighbors shuffled by, eyes glued to the ground, pretending deafness. One whispered later via text, "Sorry, man. She's got dirt on everyone." That fueled my fire. This wasn't just about parking, it was a power trip. I tried the civilized route first. Sat at my desk, fingers flying over the keyboard, emailing the entire HOA board. 5 members, including Karen. I laid it out. My deed proved the driveway was mine, bought and paid for 15 years ago. No shared anything. How could I even get my car out for work? Crickets. Days passed, no reply. Fine, I thought, escalate. The next HOA meeting was May 3, 2024, in the dingy clubhouse under buzzing fluorescent lights. Stale coffee scented the air, folding chairs squeaked as folks shifted uncomfortably. When my turn came, I stood, voice steady, "This is harassment. My property rights are violated." Karen interrupted, "You're hostile. This isn't the forum." Another board member chimed in, "You now owe 3 fines, $450 total. Park on the street, or we'll tow." Post-meeting, a neighbor texted, "I have kids. Can't risk her wrath." The fear was palpable. She ruled like a dictator. The real kicker came that night. I couldn't sleep, so at 4:27 a.m., I slipped outside in pajamas to inspect the bars. Maybe one was loose. Flashlight in hand, I poked around. 10 minutes later, blue lights flooded the street. A cop car pulled up, officer stepping out with a bored sigh. "Trespass report," he said, checking my ID. My address matched. He shrugged it off but filed a report. Karen's doing, no doubt. That paper became my first weapon. No more yelling or sabotage. I'd play smart, legal. I compiled everything: photos of the bars, emails, logs of ignored calls. Binder in hand, I drove to City Hall, heart racing. The clerk plunked down a thick file, 63 pages of subdivision plans, permits, stamps. Under flickering lights, I pored over it. My lot, private driveway, mandated off-street parking. Bold note, no HOA interference allowed. Setback easement, 5 feet, no structures, and those bars pierced it like arrows. Worse, reclassifying it as guest spots skewed parking ratios and obstructed a fire lane curve. Violations galore. I jotted permit numbers, smiling at the pamphlet on false reports being prosecutable. Karen's dawn stunt? Gold. Revenge brewed simple, facts over fury. I emailed the board politely, request for correction of unpermitted work, listing issues: no permits, blocked parking, setback breach, fire lane interference, harassment. Attached plans. Gave 7 days. Their reply? Posted publicly in the HOA app, dramatic entitlement. Neighbors, don't enable. Perfect, printed and bindered. Then, official complaints to code enforcement and inspectors, full evidence dropped off. 2 weeks later, Saturday, 9 a.m., diesel roars. I stepped out to see a city truck, fire marshal SUV, enforcement car, lights flashing. Neighbors emerged in PJs, phones filming. Inspector approached. "Mr. Thompson?" Karen rushed over, clipboard waving. "This is common area." He flashed my plans. "No, ma'am, his private driveway. Unpermitted obstructions, fire lane encroachment. Removed today." Tape measure revealed bars 2 inches over my line. A neighbor snorted. Red violation tag on the bulletin board, $2,000 daily fines if not fixed in 10 days. Fire marshal, blocks truck access, serious penalties. Then the cop arrived, same from 4:27 a.m. To Karen, questionable calls from you. Patterns prosecutable. Videos exploded online, roasting the HOA. Emergency meeting minutes, $10,000 for bar removal, patching, fines, legal consult for Karen's overreach. She resigned personally. June evening, driveway smooth, kids scootering. Mrs. Lopez brought cookies, thanks for fighting. Revenge? Paper and patience. Follow for more HOA battles. Did she deserve it? Comment below.